Springsign. Springsign may be a tough little frontier settlement now, but it has an unmistakable aura about it: opportunity. Over the course of this family-friendly 90-minute board game, you and up to 5 friends will build and grow this humble town by feeding settlers, constructing buildings, fending off bandits, and more. But here's the twist: this is not a cooperative game. Only one player can be mayor at the end of the day, and you'll have to outsmart the other players to make sure it's you. Sure, constructing a new building makes you popular, but it also gives your opponents more options. Maybe exploring the world draws more bandits to town, but think of all the loot you could find out there. And yeah, feeding these hungry settlers is the right thing to do. But is it right for you? You'll need to balance working together and looking out for number 1 to get ahead, and not collapse the whole town in the process. Now, let's peek behind the scenes.
Springsign is played over a series of rounds called seasons. At the start of each season, each of these settler cards in play will generate new resources which you and your opponents need to take actions. For example, you'll need lore tokens to grab one of these relic cards here, which give you new actions or abilities. Over the course of the game, you'll be hiring settlers, exploring the world, fighting bandits. Each action, if you use it right, can not only help you, but really impact the town and your opponents. Ultimately, your goal in Springsign is to gain popularity and use that popularity to score votes. That's how you win the game. There are a ton of ways to collect popularity, but the most common is with these building cards here. Buildings are kind of like public objectives. They reward you and your opponents for meeting certain demands in town. Over the course of the game, new buildings will be added to town, which can completely shift your group's playstyle. Though you'll get different abilities as the game goes on, a big part of your strategy is going to come from the asymmetric player board that you start with. Each character interacts with the game in a fundamentally different way. The Magus can unlock relics that other players own. The Scoundrel actually works with the bandits to scam settlers, and the soldier here just wants to go on a rampage and fight every bandit he can. That said, each player board also comes with a very straightforward beginner side, which is perfect for non-gamers. I like to play games with my family, but we're at very different experience levels, so I wanted to make sure that Springsign was fun even with various types of players at the table. There's a lot of stuff I didn't even touch on, so if you want a full rules overview, you can watch it down there somewhere. Hi, I'm Andy. For the past year or so, I and my friends here at the Endgames have been working hard to get Springsign in front of you. Now you might be thinking to yourself, the Endgames? Isn't that my friendly local game store in Charlottesville, Virginia? But they just sell games, they don't make them. Well, that's changing right now. Like many nerds, we love to make games off the clock. We've actually been wanting to make it a part of our business for years, but for the first time, we've got the right connections, the right skills, and the right experience to make that happen. It really comes down to our amazing and diverse community of gamers, which has grown along with our store. To make Springsign, we've been able to draw on that community's mix of skills and connections, and we think the game is stronger for it.
We've always been wanting to inspire growth in our employees and people that we take in just overall in the community. Along with what Andy was bringing to the table, Kickstarter was a way that the community would actually support the business as a whole, but create a board game, which is something that we've always wanted to do.
Charlottesville's full of a bunch of game designers, and the Endgames is just like a really ripe community of people who are interested in both gaming and game design, both like as a hobby, and we've had many very successful games come out of both the store that have been playtested here and just in Charlottesville generally. I'm excited to design more games here, and I'm excited to see Springsign go out into the world because it's just been such a joy to play it here, and everybody here has had a big heart into it and all of the feedback and just a lot of fun with the playtesting.
To learn more, just check out the rest of the Kickstarter below. Thanks for watching.